What is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video. And obviously, last night when I made my video, that was right after the pay-per-view, and I was very, very emotional, to say the least. Um, so, yeah, I mean, I'm just going to say this right now. I still think this match sucks. I don't think Cena deserves to main event the Mania over Punk. He's had like 7 already. Punk still had none. And he's only worked he's made 3 fucking appearances since his retirement tour. So, that's what I gotta fucking say about that bullshit right there. And also the fact that, I'm not really enthused about this year's WrestleMania. I don't even give a fuck what they end up doing with CM Punk. If it is a 3-way and there's no fucking reason for it to be a 3-way other than we all want to get revenge on each other type deal, then I don't like that. Punk should not be in a 3-way non-title match at a WrestleMania. Fucking period. It's stupid. A 3-way for nothing involved is utterly and chaotically stupid. But I'm gonna talk about I'm gonna talk specifically about this whole Cena the Cena turn here, just to kind of really get my whole things on this, because what I said last night in my rant video was that nobody cares about a heel turn for John Cena in 2025. And, I stand by that. I think most of the audience did not give a shit about John Cena turn heel in 2025. Yes, maybe back in 2012, people thought John Cena should turn heel. Even maybe 2015 or 2016. But after that, nobody wanted Cena turn heel. Okay, let's just boot her over the bridge right here. Nobody wanted John Cena to turn heel past 2016 at the very least, and I even think even then that's stretching it right there. With John Cena. Okay, so now I want to get to this whole, because people on the internet are debating on whether or not this was the greatest heel turn in the history of the business, and anybody who says that doesn't know what they're talking about. I'm just going to say it right now. They don't know what they're talking about, or they weren't alive when the most shocking heel turns happened. Okay? This isn't the first shocking heel turn, okay, for a beloved babyface. Okay? Hulk Hogan in 1996, when he turned heel and got rid of the yellow and red and went to the black and white and joined the NWO, that was huge business for this industry. Okay, and that changed the industry. Still shockwaves to this day. Okay, when Hulk Hogan got rid of the yellow and red. Hogan today isn't beloved because of other things, since his retirement from wrestling. But when he was wrestling, people loved Hulk Hogan. Okay, in his prime, people loved Hulk Hogan. Okay, and when Hulk Hogan died, when Hogan was revealed to be the third man for the NWO, that was big business. That was in the Monday Night Wars. A lot of people weren't a lot of people were not alive for the Monday Night Wars. I was. It was big business. Okay, I was just a kid when that happened. Okay, it was big business. Okay, that changed the industry. Okay, the NWO really kind of started the Attitude Era in WCW 2 years before WWE even did the Attitude Era. Okay, that's what led to the start of the Attitude Era, is what the NWO did in '96. Okay, that was big business. Okay, and then you can go even further back with Andre. Okay, Andre the Giant, when he turned heel. Andre the Giant, a lot of people, same thing, don't remember. I mean, we weren't alive for it. I've watched a lot of these matches, despite these being way before my time, obviously. But Andre the Giant was a beloved babyface for most of his career. Okay, and then he went to the dark side and turned on Hulk Hogan, his friend. Okay, undefeated for 15 years, never got a championship match, goes to the dark side and turns on Hogan. People just, I think, don't really realize that Cena turning heel is not that big compared to other things that have happened before. But in the grand scheme of things of right now, and the way Cena's character was, that's where it becomes a shocking moment. It was a shocking moment because he was a guy that we didn't think would ever turn heel. Because of the protection of the merchandise sales, which obviously that isn't relevant in 2025 now, because you got guys like Cody and Punk's now back in the fold. You got guys like LA Knight who are selling merch as well. So not really as much in the fold as he was in his prime. But again, John Cena isn't necessarily needed when it comes to the merchandise sales anymore. He's not the backbone of the company anymore like he once was. So the ideal protection restrictions to why he never turned heel up to this point is no longer a thing. That being said, because this was his last year and because obviously his career is kind of dwindling down, it was kind of one of the points of why would you turn him heel now at this point in his stage, in this point of the stage of his career. And that's where I would agree. Most people don't care that John Cena turns heel here. As a matter of fact, when he actually did turn heel on Cody, there was a pop for it. There was a cheer for it. Because people did not want to boo John Cena at this point, because John Cena is now established as this legend. You know, we're not hearing the let's go Cena sucks stuff anymore like we used to do, though I would kind of wish for it. But we haven't really seen that for a long time. Now, again, as you guys know, if you guys are a follower of my channel, you know that I am not a John Cena fan. Now, I do respect what he has done for the industry in terms of the charity work and all the stuff he's done for Make-A-Wish and all that stuff that he does. But I've never been a fan of him wrestling, the character he always portrayed. I was never a fan of his Doctor of Thugonomics character. I was not a fan of his PG character. Obviously, I've never been. I've been the most consistent. I've been one of the most consistent John Cena haters for pretty much his whole career. Okay. I've just never been a fan. Never been a fan of Cena. And I stay consistent like that. I don't be like a lot of these other people that are like, oh yeah, we didn't like him back then, but now all of a sudden we do like him because now we see how long and long he's gone for, that now all of a sudden we're going to cheer for him now. I don't do that shit, okay? I don't do that shit because I think that shit is stupid. I really do. If you didn't like him back then and now all of a sudden you like him because of longevity. That's kind of fucking stupid. That's my take on it. I just tell it like it is. I just think that's kind of ridiculous. Okay, and it's like what has Cena become differently than what he was back then compared to what he is now? Okay, nothing. He's the same guy that wears the wristbands. He's the same guy that wears all the stupid colored t-shirts. Okay, that he changes all the time. He still has the hustle, loyalty, and respect. He still does his. So he's been the same guy for a long time. Okay, he doesn't do the chain gang stuff anymore, but I mean that's what he's been. Okay. So there's nothing that's been different about him. Now he might have a character. He might look different the next time we see him. I can't imagine what they're gonna make Cena look like. Like, what is he gonna wear? Like a black T-shirt now? He's gonna wear black shorts now, jean shorts now. I mean, like I don't know what they're gonna do. They can't freaking just start making him wear underwear again, or tights, or pants and shit like that. If you're going back to his 2002 days when he would wear just the regular underwear tights. What is he gonna wear? Wrestling pants now? Like I can't see them doing that. Going back to some of that stuff, going back to his OG gear that he used to wear. Like, this is before the Doctor of Thugonomics, by the way. I can't see him wearing that stuff. Okay. So I don't know what his character's going to look like, because I just don't see what you can do, like in terms of the presentation of what you're going to make him look like going forward as a heel. I mean, he might get a new theme song, which will be interesting to see, like what his theme song will be, like if he does get a new theme song. And no, he's not going to go back to being a rapper, by the way, because people would cheer for that. The whole idea of him being a heel is that they're going to want to boo him. They're not going to want to see Cena getting cheered like he did when they started attacking Cody. When he started attacking Cody, they don't want to see that. They don't want to see Cena getting cheered because when he attacked Cody. That's not the whole point of a heel turn. Okay? So, again, that's another problem too, is the audience doesn't want to boo Cena. Because Cena's at the point now where people don't want to see him turn heel. They wanted to see him turn heel a long time ago, but in 2025, people don't want to see. People have given up on that. Okay, people have given up on a heel, and that's why I said in my rant that people have given up on him being a heel or turning heel, because they don't want to see him turn heel anymore. Okay, they've given up on that. Okay, so it's too late for him to be, and maybe Cena will do something, but I don't see a way where people are just going to all of a sudden just want to boo Cena now. The heel turn is too late, okay? But again, I don't think he should even get the title match, because I think it should be CM Punk versus Cody. And yes, a babyface versus a babyface match could have worked. It has worked. It worked with Michaels and Cena. It worked with Taker and Batista. It worked with Triple H and Cena at Night of Champions. Yeah, I know in the WrestleMania 22 it was different, but at Night of Champions, when they wrestled each other in 2008, Triple H was a babyface and Cena was a babyface. Okay, babyface storylines can work. A babyface versus a babyface storyline can work. Cody and Punk could have worked fine, and it would have been a credible opponent for Cody, because nobody would have known who was going to win. Just like when Cena versus Shawn Michaels in 2007. People did not know who was going to win that match. All right? I know some people might think that Cena was always going to win that match, but there were a lot of people at the time when that match was happening where people thought Shawn Michaels was going to win. Okay? There were a lot of people that thought Shawn Michaels was going to win the title that night. Okay? So to just completely outright that a babyface versus a babyface storyline couldn't have worked is kind of ridiculous. Also, CM Punk could have done the same thing John Cena did and, turned heel and joined The Rock. It would have made sense, probably more sense, actually, than Cena. And turned heel, like I had said that he could have done here on YouTube. What do I think's going to happen? I mean, like I said, I don't really care about this year's WrestleMania now because I am not interested in anything less than CM Punk being in the main event. So I don't give a flying fuck what ends up happening now because I know that Punk is probably going to get some dog shit triple threat non-title match that doesn't mean shit other than getting his revenge on Seth, which isn't going to appeal to me at all. I know that CM Punk doesn't necessarily care about being in the main event or winning the title. That's fine. But as a CM Punk fan, I do give a shit. And many CM Punk fans give a shit. Okay? We want to see him win the title. We want to see him main event. Okay? Before he retires. Okay? Because he's 47. Cena doesn't need this. He had it 7 times. He's going for a fictional record. Okay, he's going for a fictional record that WWE pretends is real, even though Ric Flair has even said on his podcast he has won the title 22 times. Okay, he won, I think it was like 4 NWA title reigns that WWE doesn't acknowledge, and I think there are 2. I'd have to just fact check them because I'm not looking at the list right now, but there I think was 2 title reigns in WCW that they don't acknowledge. And it was during the international brand that they did. And then I think there was like about 4 NWA ones that weren't recognized. And I believe there are some other reigns that Ric Flair doesn't acknowledge. But other people have pointed out that you could also make an argument that Ric Flair is actually like a 24-time world champion. But Ric Flair doesn't acknowledge those. Ric Flair, I believe, said in a podcast that he believes he was a 21-time champion. And that is what is also on the records, too. If you go to the historical databases, that Flair, in fact, was a 21-time world champion, at the very least. So this fictional record that WWE is presenting is irrelevant because it's not a real record. It is not a real record. It is WWE's canon version of a record. Okay. Now, some people think Cena's going to win this match. I don't think Cena's going to win this match, actually. If it actually does stay just John Cena versus Cody, which I'm going to assume it's going to be. Because I don't see how you can insert CM Punk in the match if, Paul Heyman he invokes Paul Heyman's favor or whatever. I don't think Paul Heyman can make matches. He's not the general manager. So I don't think that's what the favor is going to be. But I don't think John Cena is going to win this match. I think John Cena is going to lose to Cody because it's going to be a passing of the torch type situation like Hogan and Andre, where even though Andre was the challenger for the championship, because Andre was undefeated for 15 years, and people believed Andre was going to win because he had never lost before. And of course, this is before a lot of people realized that wrestling was predetermined. But back then, in 87, a lot of people believed Andre was going to beat Hogan despite Hogan being the champion for 3 years and had dominated at that point. It didn't matter. People believed that Andre would win because he was undefeated for 15 years. And that's what I think they're kind of doing here with John Cena. John Cena is basically turning heel, and he is basically kind of passing the torch to Cody, like in terms of being that, the guy that Cena is, Now, I don't think Cody's going to go freaking 20 years of not turning heel, okay, like Cena did, okay, because you don't have Vince McMahon around anymore. And I don't think they just rely on the baby faces, the top baby face, to be the merch seller, because they got a lot of guys that can carry that load. You got CM Punk right now who can carry that load. You got LA Knight, who deserves to be elevated even further based on his merchandise sales, but still hasn't. But you got guys in the company that can be that guy. I mean, Punk could have been that guy in 2011 and 2012, but Vince McMahon didn't like CM Punk, so that's why that didn't happen. Punk could have been in John Cena's spot back then, because he was beating Cena in merchandise sales when he was the babyface, when he was the top babyface, or when he was a babyface and he was doing that feud with Cena. He could have been that guy, but we all know Vince McMahon didn't like CM Punk and didn't want him to be that guy, so that's why he held him down from being that guy. But the point being is you don't have that, you don't have that marquee guy, a whole stereotype anymore now with the way the company is run anymore. So I don't think Cody is going to be a babyface as long as John Cena was, where, they refuse to turn him heel, or they're reluctant to turn him heel at a certain situation. Right now they have Cody as a babyface because he is the top guy right now. And, how long that lasts, we don't know, but in terms of Cena being is the shocking thing, there's nothing really shocking in wrestling. And I've been watching wrestling for a long time. I'm 33 years old. I've been watching it since I was 6. Long time. Okay. I've seen crazy things happen in this business. I mean, I lived to see the streak end of Undertaker's streak, which I never thought that would end. Again, Hogan turning heel. We never thought that would happen. Austin turned heel. Hated that when that happened. We've seen so many things happen. And as much as we, as fans, could never believe Cena would turn heel, when you look at the past history of the business and you look at everything that has happened in the business, nothing, as Sting said at the last WCW Nitro, nothing is for sure. And that reigns true. Nothing is for sure in this business. Anything can happen. And, we never thought CM Punk would come back to WWE. He came back 10 years later. I mean, he did wrestle in AEW, so, pro wrestling returned 7 years, 10 years for WWE. We never thought that would happen. So these things can happen as much as shocking as it was. There's always the unpredictability when it comes to wrestling. Vince McMahon, do I think if Vince McMahon had still been involved in this company right now, do I think Cena would have turned heel yesterday? Absolutely not. Because he even admitted that he would have never turned Hulk Hogan heel if it was up to him. Now, of course, Hogan turned heel in WCW under Ted Turner and Eric Bischoff. But Vince even said that he would have never turned Hogan heel. And that was the same thing with John Cena. I don't think even in this day and age right now, where they were in position right now to do it, I don't think he would ever have done it. Because Vince was always loyal to that stuff. So I think Cena would have not been a heel. I think he would have went if he had done Cody versus Cena. If he had booked that match, I think he would have done the babyface versus the babyface. Even though I don't think a Cena and a Cody babyface versus babyface would have worked that well because Cena is a part-timer. But the reason why Punk and Cody would have worked was because you have a build there. You have a build there going back to AEW, even though they wouldn't have been able to mention that. But they have a build there for Cody and Punk as two baby faces in the company. That's why that feud would have worked at WrestleMania this year. And unfortunately, because of the powers that be, fucked that up. But that's my thoughts, and this is my in-depth video on the Cena heel turn. That's all I'm gonna say about it. I will be in Raw tomorrow. I will be at Raw tomorrow. I don't think Cena's gonna be there. Not that matters to me. I know Punk and Rollins is gonna be there. I really would like to see what Punk is going to do. I think it's going to be a three-way like it's been reported, unfortunately, which doesn't amount to anything. How many WrestleMania matches has there ever been where we have a triple threat that is a non-title match? Like, when have we had a WrestleMania where we had a triple threat match that was a non-title match? That's how stupid this is. Like, if they do Roman, Seth, and Punk, it is so fucking dumb, okay? You know, it doesn't amount to anything, and that's gonna be their match. You know, it's stupid. But nonetheless, I'll be in Raw tomorrow live. Got some good ticket seats for tomorrow's Raw, so I'm hoping it will be a good show. That's all I gotta say. I am out. I am the SS Ultimate Goku. I'm out of here. Peace.